As co-advisor of the World Language Honors Society, I would now like to commence this year's induction ceremony. I'd like to turn the mic over to our Vice President, Stephanie Oliveira.
Buenas noches e buonasera. We would like to welcome all Board of Education members in attendance. At this time, I would like to ask everyone to mute their microphones until instructed to do otherwise. We would also like to welcome Mr. Greco, Mr. Bizig, Mr. DeCorso, Ms. Vuno, Mr. Venezia, Ms. Klein, faculty, staff, and their families to Lyndhurst High School's 25th World Language Honors Society induction.
And now we will begin our National Spanish Honor Society induction. Miembros de esta sociedad hispánica, estamos reunidos aquí para la iniciación de este grupo de estudiantes que han mostrado y probado un vivo interés en la bella lengua castellana. Escuchemos todos a nuestro secretario, quien nos dará un resumen corto de la historia y de los fines de nuestra sociedad. Amber Cabrera, please come up to the mic.
The Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica was founded by the American Association of Spanish and Portuguese Teachers in 1953 for students of North American high schools. This chapter is due to the efforts of Mrs. Novas, a retired educator at Lyndhurst High School, who established it in 1995. The name of this chapter is Príncipe of Asturias. Our motto is Todos a Una. Our colors are red and gold. Our insignia and our seal are those of the Mother Association.
Ahora vamos a guardar silencio. Esta es nuestra iniciación, seria y significativa. Escuchen todos con cuidado. Esta es nuestra madre vela. Nos sirve cada año. Representa la inspiración. Como ejemplo de esta inspiración, repitamos las palabras del poeta José Martí, que escribió el siguiente poema. Microphones on.
Cultivo una rosa blanca.
En junio como enero.
Para el amigo sincero.
Que me das su mano franca.
Y para el cruel que me arranca.
El corazón con que vivo.
Garda ni ortiga cultivo.
Cultivo la rosa blanca.
Esta vela simboliza nuestra carrera en la vida. Así, sin arder, existe, pero no vive. Esta velita está diciendo, si me queman, vivo, si no, perezco. Ojalá nuestras vidas nunca sean velas sin arder. Cada uno de ustedes recibe de ella la llama simbólica, la llama que simboliza con su calor la inspiración hacia altos ideales. I'd now like to call Ms. Klein up to the mic.
Tengo el honor de presentar a estos candidatos cuyos nombres son. Candidates, please turn your microphones on. Andrea Aguirre.
Presente.
Eleanor Batista.
Presente.
Francesca Castagnetti.
Presente.
Russia Castillo.
Presente.
Faiza Chaudhary.
Presente.
Daniela Dominguez.
Presente.
Matthew Duran.
Presente.
Fernando Gonzalez.
Presente.
Ana Gutierrez.
Presente.
Giselle Hinojosa.
Presente.
Itzel Madrid.
Presente.
Anthony Maldonado.
Presente.
Bianca Miata.
Presente.
Jaylene Rivera.
Presente.
Robert Rivero.
Presente.
Matthew Rudd.
Presente.
Anthony Samayega.
Presente.
Sofia San Pedro.
Presente.
Jacadi Taveras.
Presente.
Leilani Oakley,
Presente.
Carly Yalo.
Presente.
Stephanie Marin should now take the mic.
Como miembro del capítulo Príncipe de Asturias, prometo dedicarme al estudio de la lengua española, con el fin de dominarla algún día, recordando que una lengua puede ser un lazo fuerte entre personas de distintos orígenes, de raza o religión. Como ciudadana de mi patria, prometo promover la amistad y el entendimiento entre los otros países del mundo. Esta es mi promesa y mi juramento. Microphone on. ¿Todos ustedes aceptan este juramento?
Acepto este juramento.
Rebecca Barnes, would you please come on to the mic?
Amigos, por la autoridad que me concede la presidencia del capítulo Príncipe de Asturias, yo los declaro miembros de este capítulo.
And now we will begin our National Italian Honor Society induction. Gabriela, would you please come to the microphone?
Signore e signori, componenti della Società Onoraria Italica, siamo qui riuniti per accogliere fra noi con gioia gli studenti che hanno dimostrato un vivo interesse e attaccamento alla bella lingua italiana. Yukari, would you please come to the mic?
The National Italian Honor Society was founded by the American Association of Teachers of Italian for high school students in the United States. Our chapter has experienced a rebirth thanks to our teacher, Ms. Signora Guseo, and the Lyndhurst School District in the year 2018. The name of our chapter is in honor of Dante Alighieri, the father of Italian language, and our motto is Sempre Avanti, meaning always moving forward. Mr. Guseo, please come to the mic.
Diamo ora inizio alla cerimonia di insediamento seria e significativa. Questa, davanti a voi, è la candela madre che rappresenta la nostra ispirazione. Così com'è ancora spenta, la candela esiste ma non ha vita. Questa candela ci dice: se mi accendete ho vita, se no muoio. Che la nostra vita non sia mai una candela che non arde. Adesso accenderò la candela madre. La fiamma, con il suo calore, che vedete, simboleggia l'ispirazione verso la metà ideale. Gabriella?
Come l'esempio della nostra ispirazione, recitiamo le parole del poeta siciliano Salvatore Quasimodo, con la sua poesia Specchio. Microphones on. Cominciamo.
Ed ecco sul tronco
Si rompono le gemme.
Un verde più nuovo dell'alba.
che il fiore riposa. Il tronco pareva già morto.
Piegato su botro?
E tutto mi sa di miracolo.
E sono quell'acqua di nube.
Che oggi rispecchia nei fossi.
Più azzurro il suo peso di cielo. Il verde che spacca la scorza.
Che pure stanotte non c'era.
Ms. Klein, would you please come to the microphone?
Ho l'onore di presentare il seguente candidati che aspirano a diventare componenti della Società Onoraria Italica. Candidates, please put your microphones on. Emily Acosta.
Presente.
Alexa Farino.
Presente.
Iris Gonzalez.
Presente.
Presente.
Rebecca Payas.
Presente.
Bianca Palestis.
Presente.
Isabella Rivera.
Presente.
Mr. Ragaseo, would you please take the microphone?
We will begin the swearing in of our new members. Come componente della sezione di Dante Alighieri di Lyndhurst High School, prometto di dedicarmi allo studio della lingua italiana, ricordando che una lingua può creare un forte legame fra persone di varie origini etniche e religiose. Da cittadino della mia patria, mi impegno a promuovere l'amicizia e l'armonia fra essa e le altre nazioni del mondo. Questo è il mio giuramento. Microphones on. Accettate questo giuramento.
Sì, accetto questo giuramento.
Ora spegniamo la fiamma della candela madre, ma mai quella dello spirito. Amici, per l'autorità a me conferita dalla carica della Società Onoraria Italica, vi dichiaro soci della sezione Dante Alighieri della nostra scuola. Auguri. Let's applaud our new members of the National Italian Honor Society. Apart from academics, community service is also another critical component of being a member of the Lyndhurst High School World Language Honor Society. Every fall, our members practice and play soccer with members of the Lyndhurst Parks and Recreation Exceptional Individuals Fall Soccer Program. Some members have also dedicated time throughout the year to spend their lunch break practicing their Spanish language skills with our district speech language pathologist and language enthusiast, Ms. Jacqueline Getz. In addition, some of our members volunteer their time to tutor ESL students 1 day a week. Finally, our members conducted its third sock drive for the homeless just in time for the holidays, collecting over 300 pairs of socks. These examples of community service by our members reflect their good nature, duty to others, and dedication. Our school and community are fortunate to call these outstanding individuals their own. We would like to thank our friend, Mr. Woody Goutreau from our volunteer soccer team, and our colleague, Ms. Jacqueline Getz, for making these opportunities available to our members. Mrs. Rojas.
Now we would like to recognize our member volunteers for their service to the Lyndhurst community. For soccer recreation, Alan Aguirre, Brianna Arroyo, Alexa Barreiros, Daniela Bedoya, Gabriela Bruno, Ambar Cabrera, William Chalk, Reagan Ferschweiler, Kevin Garcia, Eliana Gentil, Brianna Giamis, Gianna Glover, Rebecca Guerra Barnes, Katrina Hauser, Yesenia Lugo, Alexa Mari, Stephanie Marin, Ornella Novak, Stephanie Oliveira, Valerie Payares, Cristian Quintero, Kiara Salme, Haley Spayu, and Adriana Vasquez. We also have non-member participants in our World Language Honor Society community service. They are Sharon Martinez and Danny Valencia. And for our lunchtime chats with Ms. Getz, we have Eliana Gentil, Leilani Toxley, Alexa Barreiros, Yesenia Lugo, Haley Spayu, William Chalk, Adriana Vasquez, and Jose Sack. Señor Raguseo.
Before we conclude our ceremony, we would like to share a clip from renowned Australian educator, Luca Pari, who speaks about the importance of learning another language.
So why learn a language? This is my beautiful paternal grandmother, Mari Hilton Parry. She's a wonderful matriarch of our family. She's also one of the 50 million people worldwide that has dementia. And it's a terrible disease. In fact, 1 in 3 of us in our 80s develop this disease. the first reason you should learn another language is because it makes your brain healthier. We now know that by speaking multiple languages, you can delay the onset of dementia by 5 years at least. We also know that multilingual speakers, they can increase the density of the prefrontal cortex of the brain, the executive function region. This is how we solve problems, how we focus, how we distinguish between tasks. Second, learning another language makes you a better learner and communicator. Not least of all because you have to fail consistently, publicly, just like my pregnant friend. And that failure, getting comfortable with that discomfort, really is the key to all learning. And in a world, a modern age, where we have artificial intelligence and exponential technologies disrupting our society, it's critical to be life-wide and lifelong learners. And a better communicator, because by stepping into another language, you can look back at your own and understand the power of the words that we use. That is a critical insight for connection. And finally, thirdly, it also enables us to understand each other. Nelson Mandela once said, if you speak to a man in a language he understands, it goes to his head. But if you speak to him in his language, it goes to his heart. What I've realized by learning languages as an adult is that I can connect. It is the way that we can empathize and take perspective. We become more passionate and compassionate. We can step into the shoes of another human being, a fellow global citizen. If there's anything our world needs today, it's deeper, richer connection. So, by learning another language, you will have a healthier brain, you will be a better learner and communicator, and you will also be able to connect, to take perspective, to understand what it means to be somebody else. And that level of connection is exactly what we need in the world today. So, as a 20-year-old, as an adult, I spoke one language, English. Now, I'm incredibly lucky to speak 5. So my question is not why learn a language? It's why haven't you? Thank you.
Were we all able to hear with thumbs up? Okay, good to know. And now I'd like to call to the mic our president, the president of this year's World Language Honor Society, Rebecca Guerra-Barnes.
Before concluding the ceremony, we would like to thank Mrs. Carino, Mrs. Rassick, Ms. Klein, Mr. Venezia, and Ms. Spuno for their ongoing support with their fundraisers, school-wide initiatives, and induction ceremony. I and the rest of the Lyndhurst School World Language Honor Society would not be here tonight if it were not for our world language teachers. So thank you, Mrs. Rojas, Mr. Raguseo, Ms. Vega, Ms. Sovello, and Mrs. Clatworthy. Finally, thank you all for celebrating this achievement with us. And now I would like to officially conclude the 2020 World Language Honor Society induction.
Thank you everyone for joining and participating. Have a good evening.